Hello everybody. So today I went to Velo Village and I found this special VCR. So this VCR has a mechanism that I was looking for. So now I'll show you the VCR, the front. It is the brand MTC, model MCR 215R. So I didn't know the brand MTC. And this is a special VCR. It has a mechanism that I had already had, but I used to have a VCR with that mechanism back in 2012, but I accidentally broke it. I'll tell you that after. So this VCR is pretty special. You can see the shape of the VCR is pretty special. Like on this side, it is not large on this side, but it is deeper than a normal VCR. Like on this VCR, instead of putting electronics like on the side of the mechanism, they put all at the back of the mechanism, and there's also parts of the circuit board that cover the top of the mechanism. So the shape of this VCR is pretty special. So I used to have a Shintom VCR in 2012 with that mechanism, and I accidentally broke it, which is it was very sad. So what happened is that I pulled this ribbon cable here, this green ribbon cable, and to see what would happen, but it turned down. It turned, so it broke. So it didn't like the VCR could not work anymore. The drum didn't work anymore. So that was pretty sad that it happened. So I throw it away. But that is very sad because it's a rare VCR. So this one is the first time I see one at Velo Village. This mechanism, I didn't expect to find this. So I'm very happy to have this VCR mechanism again. But well, it is not my Shintom VCR that I used to have was fully working, but this one is not. But at least the mechanism works on this one. So when I tested it at Velo Village, I inserted a tape, a VHS movie that was there, and it got eaten. So, but I heard that it was just a belt problem. I heard the belt slipping, and so I decided to take it because the problem was I knew that the problem was the belt. At least there is no power supply problem. The VCR turns on. The first thing that I did at home was I took off the bottom cover and I replaced the belt. So I think the belt that I used was the belt from my Shintom VCR that I used to have. It is the capstan belt, so it's this one. It is very stretchy and it was slipping, so the motor was not able to make the cassette turn. So it didn't fix it entirely. Like it still has still has a problem with the tape turning. Like even if the belts are turning correctly, there is still a problem with the idler. It is an idler. It is a gear idler, but it seems that it can have problem anyway. It is not fully working well. I also noticed that the heads are dirty, so I'll have to clean them after. So now I will insert this tape. It instantly loaded the tape, which my Shintom VCR did not do. Now I can press play. Right now it's working well, but you can see there, it's not working. It's not fully working, as you can see. It is spitting the tape. Now it just went back, but it has some problem. Like the idler is still worn out. I didn't know a gear idler could be worn out, but it seems that this one is. But at least the mechanism is working. So now I press eject. You see now at least now it ejected with no problem. But still the idler is not fully working. But yeah, it's now it is good that I have this. And one thing that is very bad on this VCR is that just like my Fisher VCR that I have already showed, there is no fast forward and rewind buttons on the front. So this is very annoying. I have to use the remote. Here I have a universal remote, and it works with this VCR, so a good thing. I tried the MTC codes, but they did not work. So I tried Shintom, and it worked. Now I can I'll press fast forward with the remote. You can see right now it was about to eat the tape. The tape stayed on the tape pad when it unloaded. So right now it's turning. It is pretty loud, but they all do this. So it does the same sound as my Shintom VCR did, and I really miss that sound. Yeah, I'm hearing the sound, and I really miss that sound. When I press stop, it loads back the tape on the heads. Very special VCR, and also I'll show you the back side. Here there's the information. So the brand is MTC, and one thing that is weird on this VCR is that there is no AV output. There is only coaxial input and output. So this is very strange. All my other VCRs have RCA plugs. This one does not have, so it's pretty weird. I don't know why there are none. So this is a pretty special VCR. So now I will turn on my TV. So it seems that the VCR has problems with like the RF circuits. So it's doing like circle shapes on the screen. This is due to my camera, not the TV. But there are lines, and the VCR does lines. And right now there is no tape on. So there is a problem like with the tuner circuit. So there is an on-string display. So the picture is shaking, and it is not good. But the heads are probably good, but as I said, it's a problem with the RF circuit, because even the VCR background screen had problems. You can see what it does. This is not good. At the moment it did not eat the tape, and if I press power, it will unload the tape. Now it unloaded it with no problem. And here on the side we can see the parts of the mechanism that ejects the tape. So this is like a common kind of mechanism for VCRs that uses the capstan motor to eject, because this VCR uses the capstan motor to eject the cassette. So there is a worm gear placed vertically behind there, and there is a vertical gear and another one, and this is the mechanism that ejects the tape, the cassette. So this mechanism is working well. I only changed the belt that goes from the capstan motor to the idler pulley on the bottom side, not the other ones. They are still good. It instantly loads the tape, and there's a NEC chip. So there are other brands who make the parts for this VCR. Here it's written JVC here. Now I will press eject. So now I will flip the VCR upside down so you can see the bottom side, which is pretty interesting. So this is the bottom side. It looks like just like my Shintom VCR because it's the same mechanism. I will insert a cassette with no tape, so it's not risking to break my tapes. I find this mechanism pretty nice, and I really missed it. So I find it pretty nice because here there is the motor that the capstan motor is placed on the top side of the VCR, and it's placed upside down like this, facing down, and it's driving one belt for the capstan and another one for the idler. So it's this belt that I have replaced. So this is the original. This belt and this one are still good. Very nice mechanism. So here you can see the capstan motor. The capstan motor ejects the cassette on this VCR, and this part, when the VCR is on eject mode, this part goes to touch the shaft of the motor, and it's driving from this. From there, it's driving this belt, and this pulley is attached to the worm gear that was on the side of the VCR. So you can see when I insert the cassette, this will move. So the mechanism sounds almost the same as my Shintom VCR, but with some difference. Like the motor doesn't do the exact same sequence as my Shintom VCR. It doesn't sound exactly the same, but it's the same mechanism, and that is it. Very beautiful, this. Very special sound that the motor does. So now I will press fast forward with the remote, of course. It is very loud. So right now this mechanism is working well. I mean the mechanism with the belt, because the idler is worn out, as we could see. So right now the tape is playing. So I will compare this mechanism with another of my VCR that has a mechanism pretty similar to this one. So I guess you already know what it is. So I'm going to get it right now. It's just there. So this VCR here is my Sony VCR, model number SLV730HF. I used to have a Sony SLV701HF with the same mechanism, and then after I got this one, so I decided to mail it to the VCR King. So right now the VCR King has my Sony SLV701HF, but unfortunately the power supply broke, and the VCR, his VCR doesn't power on anymore. So I don't know why that happens. That is pretty sad. At least this Sony SLV730HF works. It still works fine. It is a pretty high-end VCR. The display here lights up when you power it on. it's not that bright in the real life. On the camera you see it much brighter. You can't really see it well in the camera. I have to be close. At least this camera focuses well, so I use it for that. And you can see the difference in size between these two VCRs, the MTC and the Sony. The Sony is much bigger and it's even deeper than the other one. It's bigger also than this Panasonic here. So yeah, this VCR is pretty small actually. So these two mechanisms are very similar. As you can see, the Adler mechanism resembles, and also the pinch roller resembles a bit. And the main difference is that here the loading motor on the two VCRs is placed at the same spot. Here it is placed downwards. And also the mechanism on the side of the VCRs for the ejecting, it really resembles too. So this is my cassette with no tape. And so this Sony I will insert my other cassette. A pretty nice mechanism, this one. This VCR, it is fully working. I have once cleaned the mode switch because it did some problems. But now it is fully working with no problem. And well, the two VCR instantly load the tape when I press play, but this one, when you fast forward or rewind, it unloads the tape, but this one doesn't. So now I will fast forward the tape on the Sony VCR. So you can see the cassette stays loaded, the tape stays loaded in the heads. And also this VCR, the VCR King once had a Funai and a TIAC VCR with this mechanism, but I think they broke. So I really didn't expect to find this VCR mechanism in Quebec. It's dirty, you can see. I cleaned the heads just after. So this one is fully working. So this one is a high-end VCR, and this one is it is a low-end. This one is a hi-fi stereo, and this one, of course, it is not. But it's a VHS HQ. So hi-fi stereo. So now I'll remove the bottom cover of this Sony VCR. So now the bottom cover is removed on the two VCRs. It was already removed on this one. So this is the Sony VCR. So this is where I store the screws on a Scotch tape. And so the two VCRs, like the way they are built is pretty special. This one, like it is all is on the back, and it is not wide. It is like not large on the the front, this way. And this one, there is space on the sides of the VCR, and there is things under like at the back of the VCR, which that makes the VCR pretty big. and there is a circuit board that is under the VCR, but not everywhere. You can see we can see the bottom side of the mechanism, but there's one, and you see that its shape is pretty special. So these two VCRs are pretty special. Also, this VCR, the picture quality is excellent on this VCR. Everything is fully working. So now since the VCR is upside down, I have to hold this door to insert the cassette. I just place it like this so I can grab this. Well, these two mechanisms really resemble. They resemble a lot. On these two VCRs, it is the capstan motor that ejects the tape, the cassette. So here it is quite similar. It has a belt like this that is driving this, and you can see that even this pulley here it is identical. And the loading motor is placed at the same place, and it's driving on the two VCRs, driving like a belt and a pulley like this. Also, the gears are very similar. This one has two cam gears, and this one has one. So on this VCR, when you press power, it unloads the tape. It's a very nice mechanism. So on my Sony SLV701 HF, we could see the part that is under this, but now on this we cannot really see it. But it really resembles this. Also, this you can do this. Like you can move this manually, and it will load the tape guide. This is pretty special too. This this spring here, it moves back the tape guides. So on this one we can see the mechanism, the bottom side entirely. So this is very nice. So on this one, the capstan motor is very loud, and on this one everything is quiet. Very quiet mechanism, this Sony. So well, I am very happy that I have found this VCR. I really missed this mechanism, and well, you can tell me which of the two mechanisms you prefer. I think you all prefer the Sony VCR for the features and all that, for the quality also. But you can tell me which mechanism do you prefer? Oh, I just noticed this. These pieces are broken. I did not do anything. But this is not very important. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.